Wait, Coach Prime said what about Shador falling in the draft? This gets personal. You don't want to miss it.
My savage, money main in the thing of a T and playing no games. Should I already know my name when I speak in CC Flame. Got my YouTube poppin', man. Like, subscribing, everything in between. You already know. Money main. You already know my
pay cut. I'm gonna give you some out of my salary.
I never want to go anywhere anyway, man. So, I know there's a lot of rumors about the next level, and I can't see that.
Yeah.
I can't see the next level. And I think a couple people who may have taken shots at my kids, they were afraid that I would go to that next level. And that's what a shot.
That's the reason why Deion said he hurried up and signed his contract before the NFL draft. So this situation, which happened, because it happened anyway, that's why he said he went ahead and signed his contract with the University of Colorado. That extension he did was $54 million, but it happened anyway.
Shots came from. All you got to do is just sit back and listen. And watch.
That's all you got to do.
But people don't want to do that. They want to create these narratives and create these stories and then attach them to a kid that ain't never done nothing wrong.
Yeah. How does that make you feel when you see your colleagues or your peers going in on you, man? Like, how does that make you feel?
No idea, man. You have no idea. Like,
because I don't think people be understanding. Like I got kids too. These are our kids. These are our kids.
Blood,
We're
man.
coaches, but these are kids. This is our blood.
And stop lying. You got to understand, my kids are built for everything. We had 2 TV shows, and then we had shows in high school with playing football junior and senior year. So we've always been in front of the camera, so they know how to navigate. They know how to handle themselves. Yeah. And you're not going to catch them in no foolery and no mess. You're not going to do that whatsoever. So when you sit up there and say something like he went in a meeting unprepared, like, dude.
Coach Prime, you ain't had to lean into the camera like that, man. You ain't had to lean into like that, the camera, Coach. We already know they were lying. I told you, go watch my interview tape about the Giants, man. I knew the Giants were lying, bro. How should Shador not come in there prepared? How? This dude been coached by a Hall of Famer all his life, been around all these great NFL players and quarterbacks. How he not come into an interview to a team that could potentially draft him and he not prepared? Somebody was lying. I'm telling you, bro, go watch my interview tape video right now.
Shador Sanders, who's had 6 different coordinators, who has still functioned and leveled up every time we brought somebody new in, and you're gonna tell me situation. You're gonna tell me he had on headphones. Shador, anybody know my son, understand he's a professional. Like, he's gonna go into a meeting with headphones on. Like, y'all come on.
You know what that tells me, Coach?
How Shador gonna come into a NFL interview with headphones on? How? Deion at Colorado and Jackson State didn't even allow them players to wear headphones or earrings in the team meetings. Why would Shador even think about coming into a job interview to an NFL team with a top 3 pick with some headphones on? Come on now. Y'all got to do your own research. You can't just be believing what Joe Blow said over there. I heard from somebody that you said, you already know it's a lie.
Before they even came there, I was already looking for something.
Yeah,
looking for an issue. Pre-planned, you know what I mean? But, hey, bygones, bygones. Hey, man, we know you a dog, your kids.
If this ain't proof, Shador got sabotaged, blackballed, humbled, supposedly, whatever you want to call it, it was wrong. If this ain't proof, just like Asante just said, they was looking for something. They had already had this story made up in their head. We just gonna put this out there. The Giants, bro, the NFL ought to find or strip away a draft pick from the Giants or something. This is ridiculous. That's why I said, if you watch my interview tape, that's why I said they probably fired that little scout, because they fired the scout. Surprisingly, fired a scout right after the draft. Come on now.
He's a dog, and dogs gonna always rise to the top. You know what I mean? That's what I believe. You know what I mean?
There you go.
For real. But,
yeah, but then we talking about it did hurt.
Man, coach, when you talking about it hurt us, it hurt me. It hurt, coach.
But you know, the Bible says God uses the foolish things to confound the wise. So it was some foolish stuff that went on, but you know what? That gave them something that they needed. Like that gave them something that they said, all right, you know, that edge that Tom had, like that edge, it gave them that edge that you had, it gave them the edge that I have. You know, when folks say we're gonna be nothing, we weren't gonna be nothing, but we had to prove that. That gave them the edge that they needed. Both of them.
And Coach Prime, right. That's what we seeing right now. And these OTAs, mini camp, Shador going crazy, Shiloh out down there in Tampa going crazy. I'm telling you, bro. You just fed the dog even more. Now you got a chip on your shoulder, bro. And I'm telling you, bro, these people better stop messing with blessed folk, bro. You don't play with God. You don't play with children of God. You don't play with folk that are blessed, bro. I'm telling you, bro. The whole organization of the Giants better be careful what they do next. I'm telling you, bro, this boy is blessed, and they need to stop playing. The Browns, y'all need to stop playing. I'm telling you what's going to happen. You're going to try to undercut this boy, and you're going to end up on top anyway. That's how it always works. You can't undercut or try to do somebody wrong that's blessed, because they always going to rise to the top no matter what you try to do, because you're not in control. It's not your decision, and you're not in control. God is always in control.
He already used to adversity, like I say, come from Jackson State in Colorado, so he built for that stuff. Like you said,
we built for that.
You raised him right. You know what I mean?
There it is, right there, my savages. I'm telling you, Coach Prime said it out of his own mouth. They was lying. We already knew they was lying, but you got people out here steady in my comments, steady on social media, steady on YouTube, hiding behind the screen, steady saying that no, it was football related. No, it wasn't. It was not football related, man. We already know it's bigger than football. If you don't want to believe it, then that's on you. It's bigger than football, man, and that's a shame. That's a shame that somebody can come out here and say something about somebody right before the draft, and all these other folks started to believe it. Not only did they believe it, they weren't even going to draft Shador. Mary Kate talking about the Browns felt sorry. That's why they drafted Shador. No. Don't feel sorry for me. If you going to draft me because of my skill, not because you feel sorry, but I'm end up being the best quarterback in your quarterback room right now. And you like a franchise, you need a quarterback. You have not won a Super Bowl at all. The only time you was good when Jim Brown played. You've been searching for a quarterback for over 20 years. No way in the world you going to say you going to draft this boy just because you felt sorry for it when you know you need a quarterback. You act like y'all the Kansas City Chiefs or the Eagles. Y'all ain't even been close to the Super Bowl. Stop this, bro. This is ridiculous, man. I'm glad Coach Prime came out here and said this, man. About time somebody spoke up. Now all we need to do, Giants over there, all we need, Giants, right now, is them interview tapes. Them Shador interview tapes. Go ahead and put them out. You going to put out Jackson Dart or Dude Carter interview tapes? We know you drafted them, but you had to record Shador's because y'all up that line. You were lying about you ain't had no audio and no video, but come out here, put Jackson Dart, and he ain't even had no playbook. I need to see it. We all need to see it, Giants. Y'all share this video. Like, subscribe, and share, and tell your friends about that Money Man. You already know, but we debunking everything out here. But you already know what time it is. Stop playing with me.